This is W2FJH bringing up the STNY digital voice net on Brand Nice Talk with 31367, Wires X from 83721, and on Zoom. The primary purpose of the STNY digital voice net is to help foster an active digital voice community in the southern tier of New York and to provide a forum for those that are interested or have questions regarding various digital voice topics. While this net is primarily for the southern tier, all stations are more than welcome to check in. This net meets weekly on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Again, the call is Whiskey 2 Foxtrot Julia Hotel, and the name here is Frank. So first, I can stand by for any stations with the emergency or priority traffic. Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. If there is any emergency or priority traffic during this net, please give a call sign followed by the word break spoken 2 times. Please leave a 4 to 5 second pause between transmissions for breaking stations or for those who wish to disconnect their talker. This is a direct net, and the format will follow announcements, questions, and comments. This net utilizes NetLogger, which can be found at netlogger.org. NetLogger is not required, and we will take additional voice check-ins. For more information about this net or to join the Zoom meeting, please visit STNYDMR.net. That's Sierra Tango November Yankee Delta Mike Romeo.net. You can also find us on 73.net. That's Sierra Echo Victor Echo November numeric number 3.net. This net will prioritize short time mobile in and out or emergency power stations, followed by network check-ins, followed by voice check-ins. We currently do have 3 stations currently checked in through NetLoggers. The net would like to recognize KC9 ATK Brian, N2NCB Paul, and NE2W Ed. When checking in, please give your call sign, your name, and your location. So let's take a standby for any stations that are short time, mobile, in and out, or emergency power. Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there, so let's take a standby for any station that would like to check into the STNY digital voice net. Please call now. This is KB2 SIM, Bill Fort Crane. W3TEZ Portable, Ryan in South Buffalo. All right, and we have KB2 SIN Bill, AI6IG John, and W3TEZ Ryan. Were there any other stations to join this evening? Please call now. All right, hear nothing then. We will move on to announcements. If there's any announcements for this net, please call now. AI6IG John over in Ridgecrest. Okay, hear nothing. I do have one announcement, real quick. So, some folks might have already heard this, but I was going to try to announce it each week here, just to test if there was anybody else who didn't hear this. So, the net will be moving to Sundays at 7 p.m. Starting in September. So there's a few weeks here, and we'll be moving to Sunday at 7 p.m. instead of Saturday at 7 p.m. All right, we'll move right on to questions. If there's any questions for us, Matt, please call out. All right, then. Here, nothing. We will go in for comments. So tonight's net topic is going to be. We haven't done this in a while. It's going to be ham radio trivia. So first on my list is KC9ATK. Brian, how was your week there? And the first question is, in what year did OST, Oscar Sierra Tango, magazine first appear? Is it A, 1906, B, 1912, C, 1915, or D, 1917? So I'll hand over to you there, Brian. Hey, there's no problem there, Brian. I'm usually horrible at trivia too. But yeah, the correct answer for this one was choice C, 1915. All right. Next on my list is N2MCD. Paul, how was your week there? And for your question, my number two question here is: if a DX station is working split, what does that mean? Is it A, he is using a separate transmitter and receiver? B, he is dividing his time between CW and single sideband. C, he is transmitting on frequency A and listening on frequency B. Or D, none of the above. So I ain't over either, Paul.
Hello again, Frank, and all into NCB here. Well, we get the trivia question. C is the answer on that one. Uh, Never have work split. Haven't run across a station doing that, but at least on voice, on FT8, there are times when that is done split, and there are also times I got to get over to his frequency because we ain't making it on the frequency as I am. But a good week. Spent all day outside today and going kayaking tomorrow morning. And then on Monday, we get our New Jersey grandson spending a week with us. He's going to come up on Monday, and then we take him back on the following Sunday. So uh, apparently he's excited to do this. So we'll see how the week goes. Who lasts better or gets tired first? Probably is a better way of putting that. Back to you, Frank. Take care. I'll into NCB.
Hey, very good there, Paul. And it sounds like a great week coming up for you there. Yes, the correct answer was C, that he was transmitting on frequency A and listening on frequency B. So. All right, next on my list is NHW. Hi, Ed. And your question was the first WARC, Whiskey Alpha Romeo Charlie, band that was open for amateur use was A, 12 meters, B, 17 meters, C, 30 meters, or D, 2,200 meters. So I know either.
Well, good evening, all. I'm Frank. Had Paul on my mind from the last net. Hi there, Frank, and everybody on the net. Sitting over here by STNY Park. Uh, Today's the Speedy Fest going on today and tomorrow, and as usual, I can hear the band playing. Didn't see any balloons my way. A couple other hams reported they saw two or three. But the music's going strong, and busy weekend all over in Binghamton here with the Speedy Fest and Balloon Rally. It was a good week. The forecast was like thunderstorms every day, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and plan my day, and I like to go swimming at the Y and sort of ignore if I get to the Y and the pool's closed due to lightning, that's fine, but don't not go just because the weatherman thinks it might rain, and I was able to swim every day this week. Forecast kind of faded away or moved to a different time. Oh, the warp bands. Yeah, I was active back then in 1979, and I think 30 meters was the first warp band, 10 megahertz area. Back to you, Craig. ME2W.
Hey, very good there, Ed. And yeah, the weatherman kind of lies at times. Yeah, we actually it was mostly a good week here weather-wise. We did yesterday. I want to say it was about 2 o'clock or so. We had some very strong thunderstorm come through, and we had hail coming down. I did get on the local 39 repeater, but I didn't seem to reach anybody. So, but yes, C 30 meters was the correct answer for that trivia question. So, all right, next on my list is KB2SIN Bill, and your trivia question is a device called a JT30 Juliet Tango dash 30 is what kind of device? A type of transmitter tube. B, a mobile antenna for comet antennas. C, a model of microphone. Or D, a type of joint tape compound. So I'll hand it over to you there, Bill.
Good evening, Frank, and everybody on the net. I'm big into trivia, but I'll allow a D, a joint compound. But anyways, it was a life-changing week this week. Turned in my retirement papers to the state, and will be officially retired on November 8th of this year. So I'm looking forward to that. Yesterday I had major surgery in my mouth, 6 extractions and 3 implants. So mouth's a little bit sore if I sound a little weird. And also took possession of a 14-foot Starcraft boat yesterday. Got a really good deal on it with a trailer, a trolling motor, 8 horsepower Evinrude motor, and the only thing I need to replace on it is the kill switch on the Evinrude motor. And trying to find that part is like pulling teeth, no pun intended. Anyways, I'll turn it back to you, Frank. KB2SIN back to you now.
Oh, very good there, Bill. It sounds like you had kind of a way up and down week there between having surgery in your mouth and then also buying a boat. So seems like a lot of up and down. Yeah, the J compound was the incorrect answer. The correct answer was C, a model of microphone. And for anybody who gets any of these wrongs, don't feel bad because I probably got about half of them wrong myself. I was just trying to get the trivia questions down. So. All right, next on my list is AI6IG John. Let's see what we got for you here. In efficient CW communication, what is used to indicate yes? Is it A, send the combination of letters DA, B, send the letter Y, C, send the letter C, or D, send the double letters YY? So I'll hand over to you there, John.
Yeah, this is AI6IG. I don't know the answer to that trivia question. Um, I'll have to back off on that one. I'm hoping to be out of here this week, but I've been saying that for the last 3 weeks. We'll see what happens. The weather's still hot here, 105 degrees right now. But it's starting to cool off at night. We're starting to feel that, what would be called the beginning of fall weather in upstate New York. It gets down as low as 72, 73 at night, which is a big change. 2 weeks ago, it'd be 95 at 4 in the morning. So that's a break. Nothing new here. I had picked up one of those thumb DVs a while ago when I was thinking about getting into D-Star. I never did anything with it. I finally struggled and got that functioning with Blue DV this week, and I'm using it right now. So it seems to work pretty nice. It's going to be really convenient on the road, with the laptop I'm bringing with me. So I don't have to bring multiple radios, because a lot of people use Wires X and Fusion in upstate New York. DMR isn't as popular, so I can bring my Yaesu radio and this thumb DV, and I can have everything. So I'm going to be pretty happy with that. Other than that, nothing new. I did also read about this new, it's kind of, not quite, but kind of a Raspberry Pi replacement called Innovato, Innovato, and it comes with a case. It's very similar to a Raspberry Pi, but you have no GPIO pins. But there's a lot of amateur radio applications that are included with it. It runs Debian, and it's speed-wise, it's between a Raspberry Pi B and a Raspberry Pi 4. So it's faster than the B, but not nearly as fast as the 4. It's pretty interesting. It's like, I can't remember, $20. So I think I'm going to get one and play around with that, and maybe bring that with me in the Zygoot, just for for simple digital communications. We'll see how that works out. So AI6IG, back to the net.
All right, and we have N2 QFD Mal and N2 NRA Cliff. All right, next station on our list is W3TEZ. Ryan, how was your week there? And your trivia question is, what measurement is not a name of a famous person in electronic history? Is it A, ampere, B, ohm, C, hertz, or D, micro? So I'll hand it over to you there, Ryan.
W3TEZ portable in Buffalo, New York. Oh, it's been a long week, and I'm glad the weekend's here, but still I gotta complain again and say the weekend is never long enough. But I'm not complaining about the weather either. So it's kind of been a break here, too, from having some of the hot temperatures. So it's probably about high 70s here, and mild breeze and plenty of sun. It's just beautiful. And I'm talking on a new HT I recently acquired. It's a Bofeng DM1801UV, and so far so good. And I've got to say, it has the best receiver out of all the DMR HTs I have. And my response to the trivia question, I'm going to go with taking a stab in the dark and horrible at this stuff and say choice A.
I'm very good there, Ryan. Yeah, seems like the weather here too. It seems like I had vacation. That's when it was the hottest. Now it seems like every day is mostly comfortable, like in the 70s. I don't think it's been super hot. But of course, I've been mostly working from home, so I haven't been able to actually go outside all that much. But the correct answer for the trivia question was D, micro. That was the only one that was not a famous person in electronics history. All right. Next on my list is N2QFT. Now, how was your week there? And the trivia question is: in what year was the U.S. zip codes introduced? Was it A, 1967, B, 1944, C, 1963, or D, 1983? So I had to really either, man. Here is N2QFT. Good evening, Frank, into the net. Two of them in the 60s? That doesn't seem fair. It was before me. I'm going to say 1967. Somewhere in my memory, I thought it was 1968. But let's say 1967. And pretty straightforward week here. We're still a little itchy for that poison ivy exposure, but getting better and kind of limited to being a little bit lazy for it. Don't really want to sweat. Makes it worse. So I've got a yard to mow and the usual things around the house to do, but otherwise, pretty good week and not much to report back to the net other than saying thanks and a fun thing tonight doing some trivia. Here's N2QFT back to net. Hey, thanks, Mel. Yeah, we had done trivia a while back. I think people liked it, and I just haven't gotten back around to actually getting all the questions. I did the same thing as you. I saw the two 1960s area, and I was like, oh, it's got to be one of those two. And I got the 1967. I chose that, and I got it wrong as well. But the correct answer was 1963. That was choice C. All right, next on my list is N2NRA. Cliff, how was your week there? And also, it seems like this was a tough one, so I do apologize if this has been a tough one. But if two 10-watt 50 ohm resistors are connected in parallel, what is the power dissipation of the combination? Is it A, 10 watts, B, 20 watts, C, 5 watts, or D, 15 watts? So I'll hand it over to you there, Cliff.
This is N2NRA in the group. The week was kind of wet here, and only got the lawn mowed today and got that out of the way. And it looks like we're going to get some more precipitation coming Monday and a little bit scattered through the week. I would say 15 watts. Back to the group.
Yeah, very good, Nicholas. And yeah, the correct answer was D, 20 watts, but I don't blame you at all. If you'd like another, I mean, that seemed like one that you had to break out the pen and paper there and try to figure out. Unless, or at least I didn't know the formula off the top of my head because I saw that they were in parallel. It was 10 watts, so yeah, it might have been a tough one. So definitely call back here with a comment or something. If you, I have two more, so I can try to give you an easier one. So. All right, this is W2LJH with the STNY Digital VoiceNet. I've reached the bottom of my list, so let's take a standby. For any additional stations that would like to join this evening, please call now. Okay, nothing heard there, so let's open up for any station, any additional stations that would like to check in, or any stations that have checked in with any comments, questions, or concerns. As I mentioned, I do have two more trivia questions. Honestly, Paul, My 10th trivia question seems like it might be up your alley. So if anybody wants an additional trivia question or has any comments, please call now. All right, here nothing then. We will wrap things up here. Just for reference, the one I was going to try to send you either Paul was my question 10. It was county hunters. You know, Texas has the most counties of any state. And how many counties does Texas have? It was A, 167, B was 200, C was 254, and D was 299. So the correct answer to that one was C, 254. I know Paul does a lot of HF, and I think he's in the 13 colonies, and I thought you have done some of the all counties in the state before too. So I thought that might have been up there. So. All right, we'll wrap things up here. So I'd like to thank Brian, Paul, Ed, Bill, John, Ryan, Mal, and Cliff for joining this evening. We'll be returning this talk group back to normal amateur radio use. Everybody have a great and safe week there. This is WFJH, and I'll be listening.